Righty. So I'm in a high-sec island, and the trick is going to be, can I get to Jita? Loading a different profile because I have my null profile on, so it has a lot of flashy. And so let's go. We'll see if we can get through here. There's actually a couple of, it looks like there are a couple of things to go through here.
Okay, wait. We need to make a pulse.
A post?
Did you have a gator cam?
I used to, yes.
You, sir, rock.
Okay.
Jonathan
I need to know what was that
for
like
5 months.
right now.
Yeah. 5th.
Jonathan, thank you for
Welcome
5 months
to
as
the
a sub.
Dragons.
J_Yanker just followed.
So what, Ramza, what was your question? What was it like? What was your question?
Yes.
Duke was talking at the same time.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Astra Hobbit just followed.
Yes, what was that gator cam?
Well, so I lived on a lake in Florida, and we had alligators that would come into our backyard. So, it, we would see gators on camera every once in a while, but not often. I have gators a block away from me here, where I live now, but they don't come into our yard. It's just a little too far away from the lake. We're about a block away from the lake. But they might walk through our yard going to another lake. That can happen. This is why our cats are all indoor cats. I'm the only one in
Understandable.
here. It's not gonna be any trouble in this system. So, I do have a camera that I plan on putting up next year. It won't be ready until next year. We're putting in a beehive. And
Nice.
so I may put up a camera for the beehive. It's going to be in our backyard. So that could be interesting. I don't have as picturesque a setting outside of my house at this house that I did, because I don't live on the lake anymore.
Wait. So that means that we can hear bees on real life and bees on PAX Day at the same time?
I could put a microphone on it too, yes.
Drive active.
You're gonna start getting your own honey?
Yeah. So we've been terraforming, that's a good word. We've been terraforming our backyard. And it used to be a parking lot. And we ripped out all of the asphalt and concrete, shipped in a bunch of dirt. And gosh, I'm the only one in here again. This is excellent. Because it means that, but I better go now, because somebody else just came in here. Oh, he's in a Tristan. He probably won't catch me. So nobody's gonna get me. It'll probably take us until next year sometime to have the backyard in better shape for for before we put in a beehive. So, but right now there are so many. Okay, let's see. I'm still in Lowsec. Okay, we're gonna. Do we need to do a bounce here? Let me do a scan real quick. I do not need to. Okay.
Warp drive active.
I forget what I was saying. But yeah, we're gonna have a beehive. So. Oh, will I call it a goon swarm live cam? Oh. We could paint the goons logo on the side of it. We just it needs to be where we've got some more work to do so that people aren't seeing the beehive from the street and stuff. So there's some work to do on that. But right now, I know what I was saying. Right now, the garden my wife has done back there so far, there are so many butterflies that literally they run into you while walking in the backyard. So it's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing really to look at yet because it's still in the works, but she's got there are bees all over the place. There are honeybees, and there are all of these butterflies and stuff. So yeah. So it'll be interesting.
So you have the opportunity to have quite the scenery.
Yeah, well, it'll be a nice little space. Oh yes, we'll have lots of hummingbirds when this is all set up as well. So we could actually put in a couple of cams back there, and one at the beehive and another one where, I don't know, wildlife is congregating, whatever that may be. So maybe a camera that we can move around and place different places for a while.
Yep. Could be cool to see hummingbirds. I seriously love how they fly.
Yeah. Are there any pythons in our backyard? So we're a little far north for that. They are found up here every once in a while. We were at a farm yesterday, which is half-hour drive from us south, and they've lost some of their chickens to big snakes, most likely like pythons. Pythons are very invasive here in Florida. I can tell you that I don't have any fear of pythons. If I saw one, I'll go catch it. They have bounties on them here. Basically, you turn in the heads and they give you, I don't know, $10 per head, something like that. And I wouldn't normally do that with animals that were native or whatnot, but they're invasive here. They're not natural. They hurt the environment just because they're such an efficient predator.
Warp drive active.
They are.
I can also tame a python, a wild one, to where I could let its head go and it wouldn't bite me. So growing up, I had a lot of snakes. I would catch a lot of wild snakes and stuff, and so
Welcome to the Dragons.
I learned how to do
J-Double
that.
just followed.
Jay, Astro Hobbit, and Shadovin, thank you for the follows. Are gators invasive? No, gators are natural. Invasive is, you know, stuff that does not belong here. You used to have a ball python, friendliest to the group? Yes. So, I used to have a python that was 13 foot as a pet. And he did make me a little bit nervous because when he would just breathe normally, it almost sounded like hissing because he was so big. And literally you'd feed him like 20-pound bunnies and stuff. So had him for a while. I used to get asked to take him to the schools and stuff whenever they were, you know, having, I don't know, animal field day or whatever. I don't remember. But he was 13 foot long and he weighed almost 100 pounds. So he was big for sure. So I ended up when I ended up getting rid of him when our first child was born. My wife was like, if that snake gets out and eats our kid, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, I agreed. So the snake never got out, but they're incredibly strong. And if he wanted to get out of his enclosure, he would be able to.
Web drive active.
Just using his muscles, he could break the terrarium. He had a custom built one, by the way. I had to custom build a terrarium that was fully environmentally controlled and everything. It was 8 feet wide, 4 feet deep, and 8 feet tall. And
Wow.
it had controls for heating and cooling. It even kept particular humidity in it and everything. I actually used controls that people use for growing pot, because the ones for terrariums were very expensive and the ones for growing weed were not. And but basically they did the same thing, and you just didn't use UV heavy lights, because the lights for growing weed would be different than what you would put in a terrarium. And so I used that, and I built my own stuff. I didn't ever grow pots or whatnot, but through my research, I just found that it was the same thing, and I could just buy that. And so Python versus a Shimu, who would win? Oh, the Python would win, no doubt. He's referring to a Shimu, my cat. Cat wouldn't stand a chance. A 13-foot python could eat a 10-year-old. You know, it could eat something 100 pounds. So nothing to mess around with.
I still would bet in favor of the cat in this case.
No. Cat wouldn't stand a chance, especially an orange one.
Web drive active.
Oh, no. I don't mean in a fight. I mean in like a situation where the python would try to eat it. I don't think a python would be able to catch a cat.
Oh, not true. Not true at all. 100% could catch a cat. 100%.
Are they that fast?
Well, they don't have to move. They just wait and they strike. They strike so fast they can bite you and move back away. And so I got bit in the hand one time by one of my snakes, a boa. He was 7 or 8 foot in size, and he wasn't feeling well, and so I had to clean his terrarium a few times, and then I put newspaper down, and then I slid him across the newspaper, and he really didn't like that. And so what happened was he bit me in my hand right here. He bit me and released, and I felt something knock against my hand. I didn't know what it was, even though I'm looking right at him. And then I look at my hand, and I have all of these blood marks showing up where all of his teeth had gotten me on both sides. So he bit me while I was looking at him, and I didn't realize that he had bit me right away. Isn't that kind of wild?
It definitely is.
Now, you say cats' reflexes are faster. Well, sure, but the python would just lay in wait. The snake will just lay in wait and catch them unaware. It's just a matter of when they catch them. So we didn't ever let our cats into the room that had the snakes.
Chris Nickel here says, the only Python I like is a computer programming language.
Yeah, there you go. That one's useful.
And old.
We also have invasive iguanas here, but they're a bit further south. You have to go about 100 miles south. And you'll see big iguanas everywhere. The iguanas even disrupt the underwater environment. We have iguanas here that will dive underwater and eat things from down there.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Morrisney 12 just followed.
So the pythons have eaten most of the small animals in the Everglades. You live near Tampa? Yeah. So it's a problem.
Warp drive active.
Morrisney, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Alright, so we're headed to Jita, and we're picking up a freighter, and we then I may take some ships down with me, some stuff that I need and want for staying, and then may take that down to staging, and then go get the jump freighter, which I have to figure out exactly where it is in relation to everything. It's in kind of the area of where I would be entering Stain from, but it also may be quite a few jumps, and will not be gating it through HiSec. So I have a Sino character that's sitting at Jita right now, which can build a Sino ship and then go out to to be the Sino for it.
Warp drive active.
Then we'll get to do some actual space trucking. Woohoo! Is it Misaba, the jump freighter? I don't remember. It might be, and it might be a real problem getting it out of there. So, it's in an asset safety station. I don't know who controls the asset safety station, and so we're gonna find out though. Opponent store, welcome. We will also bring a scout so that we can make sure there's not a lance when we undock it, because a lance could halt it and keep it from jumping and keep it from docking again. So, you know, if it's really troublesome getting the stuff out, then you know, I'll fire sell all the stuff. Is what I'll do. So. You know, the guys who are, you know, living in the station and guarding it will get a win, because I'll sell it at a price that they'll be able to just fly it out of there and make a profit. You also think it's a kick-out station? Yeah, it may very well be. So, and it could just be that I just need to wait for a different day. We can do some research to see how, you know, what the death heat map is in that station, or that system, and you know, do some research to make sure that we're making good decisions. You decided you don't like Eve because you wanted to use dreads and characters, spend much time training only to find out you really can't use them because it makes you a big target for Sino. Well, okay, so the answer to that is you need the right, you need to be in the right corp or alliance, because in Pandemic Horde, when I was there, it was very structured how you use them and everything, but it was structured because they offered the umbrella of protection, and that umbrella is a very quick response, and so basically you shout that you're tackled or whatnot, and 30 seconds later you have assistance arriving that will, you know, heal you, defend you, fight off the whoever's grabbed you. So they were very efficient at that. So I have a lot of respect for their structured gameplay in that area. I couldn't do it because I always was on, you know, live on the show and stuff when doing stuff like that, and so it would have to be with 0 notice, and I could do one site, and then it was I'd have to dock up again. So I couldn't get very much action on it because people would camp. And you say you were in goons, so goons would come in at a system that I was working in, and I would dock up, and then they would log off in the system, just waiting to see me bring it out again, and then they would log in and tackle. Was their plan. I denied them that, but you know, it was the plan. So as far as what corp I'm in, you can do ! corp. I've got a recommendation there for Pandemic Horde. I've got a recommendation for Imperium. I can't give any recommendation for stuff in Stain. There's no method of application for it, so they don't want you here, and they will blow you up on sight. It's just how you say you love me, right? Just like all them bounties. I was #1 bounty for the longest time. It was all a big I love you. Oh, fuck. What do we got here? Alright. All those catalysts on grid right there, they were there to, they were about to attack a freighter. I almost want to go back in and look. It'll all be over now, though, right? Let's go back in and look. I just don't want to end up in any smart bombs.
Did you read Greg Deer's message in YouTube?
Yeah, take the bait. They're not here anymore. They just went through. Those ships were not on my overview for some reason. That's really weird. Yeah, TTB is take the bait. So that's Horde. So I left on good terms. I can still recommend them and everything. All right, what am I not seeing here? There they are. They're getting ready to go after somebody. Wonder if they're gating through to keep their status. Like, this is a system that very well may get hit, but then there goes Nobleskian. Are they just autopiloting? Here, this is about Cushion. This song. Real guy in the game. I'm waiting on this side because I think they might come back through again.
Attention hauler capsuleers. Your free flight through Udama is over. We are assuming control for the greater good.
We did hear that Fusion came back for the current event. These are not Fusion's guys, though.
Breaking news. Fusion's special team has resumed shooting ships in Udama. Reports of Catalyst fleets engaging freighters are flooding in from concerned capsuleers. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. All capsuleers are urged to stay in dock and await further instructions.
You saw him in Udama yesterday? Yeah. They also killed your implants.
In the lanes of Udama, where the freighters fly, a shadow in the starlight, a glint in his eye. Catalyst in formation, ready for the call. Fusion's on the prowl, and he's aiming for them all. Freighters full of riches, shields are burning bright. In a flash he strikes, turning day into night. The chaos and confusion, the panic and the pain. Fusion's here to slay, gonna make it rain. Fusion brings mass destruction. Catalyst of mass disruption. Fusion brings mass disruption.
I don't know if they're going to come back in.
Of mass disruption. With a grin on his face and his fleet by his side, he watches as the freighters in terror try to hide. A maestro of the massacre, a predator's delight. In the cold dark of space, he reigns supreme tonight. Locking on his targets, his blasters start to hum. The freighter's shields shatter, their defenses come undone. The wreckage floats in silence, a testament to fear. Fusion's name is whispered, and catalysts appear.
Big Club. Welcome. Catalyst is the name of the next expansion, but I think Catalyst means a reaction. Initiating a reaction, not the ship.
Brings mass destruction. Catalyst of mass disruption. Fusion brings mass disruption. Catalyst of mass disruption.
There are a lot of hostiles around here. Well, time to head on.
In the lanes of Udama, his legend takes its form. A storm of metal fury, his wrath becomes the norm. Freighters see their end when his fleet arrives.
We're headed up towards Udama.
Dance of death, where few survive. Fusion brings mass mass disruption. The stars will tell the story of the chaos he has sown in the system of Udama. Fusion's name is known, a legacy of terror. His thrill is in the kill. Fusion's catalyst forever haunting still.
Before you demo, put a clone in at a station. I wouldn't be able to jump to it today, though. That's Cushion's song. You know, isn't that crazy? I wrote that after he got me. And I don't think I was even carrying too much. It just was, you know, like, if it's been too long between kills and they're getting itchy to kill something, they'll kill an empty freighter. No problem. So, just to get the kills. Right. If I see a lot of riffraff in local, like a lot of potential problems, then I'll even do a bounce even though it's high sec. So these guys right here, these maulers, they can do smart bombs and stuff. These are like small smart bomb. Except, do they have guns fit? Yeah, it looks like they have guns fit and not smart bombs.
Drive active.
Yeah, one of the good tactics is to go through just after they've killed somebody. That way you're not the target. So... no one's ganking at the moment. I'm going to change my angle. Just because, you know,
Warp drive
stream snipe or whatever. Change my angle so that it's harder to smart bomb me coming through. I'm not saying that I actually have anything evidence saying that there is going to be, but it just takes me an extra few seconds to do a bounce.
warp drive active.
Huh. Admiral Mason says, I missed a 70 billion freighter half hour ago, or Fenrir, half hour ago, and I'm in a depressive state and don't want to play. Now, don't believe a word that he says. He's trying to lull you into complacency and comfort so that he can get your freighter. Admiral Mason is 100%. In Twitch chat here, he is 100% a ganker. And will sometimes gank your ship just because he's bored and depressed because he missed another good kill. You jumping through with the 500 billion Iteron in 1 minute? Right.
Warp drive active.
Like some profitable blueprints, can invest like $1 billion or so. Greg, are you asking me if I want to buy? I have bought a whole bunch of blueprints in the past. In fact, I got, I don't know, 1,000 more today. But I don't think I'm in the market at the moment for buying more.
Warp drive active.
I've got more than I know what to do with. Markee bought 100 billion worth of tainted BPOs that were proceeds of a crime. Unethical. Dude, just trying to stir the pot. Unethical in real life. Perfectly fine in Eve. That'd be some market PvP, y'all. Market PvP is a real thing.
Drive active.
Alright. So. Oh, I don't have my Instadoc here. Damn it.
Warp
Which one do I
drive.
have? It says that I've got them here. happened to them? Those are visible, but I'm not seeing them in here. Huh. I don't know why I'm not seeing my bookmarks in here. I'm only seeing my personal, even though I've got it tagged to show the other one too. For some reason it's not showing. Don't know why.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Right. I made it here. So, oh, I was supposed to put I was supposed to set up a clone, but I didn't. All right. I do want to go. I do want to. I have a leopard here. God, maybe I should sell that leopard. Leopards have not been introduced into the game for a while. It's kind of crazy. I don't know why they haven't been introduced to the game in a while. I used to, when they were worth about, I don't know, 80 to 100 million, I would carry one in my cargo hold in my ships, in the freighters, and then I would use it to get places quickly. You had to be really careful. You couldn't just use one at Jita, because there is the Leopard Eradication Society that will take you out. And they just wait to see a leopard and they like lock, target, and shoot. And so you don't fly a leopard in and out of Jita or any of the trade hubs for that matter. But they haven't been introduced into the game in such a long time now that, you know, maybe it's time to sell it. Yeah, they're 437 million right here right now, right? So it's quite a bit. I don't know what my standings are here either. How good my Caldari Navy is here. Well, not very good. I should hand this over to one of my other guys. So I am gonna hand over my the leopard to another character. Yeah, they're incredibly expensive these days. So
Connecting.
trade that to him.
You, sir?
Oh, rock. I hit the button and it just stops talking, but Johnny Two Pipes, thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. And looks like 7 months. How about another 70 gold? Everybody here in your honor. Thank you, thank you.
Welcome to the Dragons.
David Borland just followed.
David, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Let's look here, and in the fit, we've got some expanded stuff here. We're not going to take him into.
Welcome.
The only
to
time
the
I use
Dragons.
expanded
Point where just followed.
is when there is a whenever I'm going like station to station within one system and there's a lot to transport, then I'll do it, but otherwise I won't. So yeah, but what I will put in there is this right here, which will repackage and then put that in there. It becomes part of the fit. So
Dragons have balls of steel.
oh, hype train
Toxic
starting.
Waste just subscribed.
Toxic Waste, thank you for the sub as well. $26 months. $520 gold to everybody here in your honor. Boy, this thing is dirty. This thing is so dirty. And this is the only skin that I have for it, huh? So boy, that is dirty. See if my other guy here has any Fenrir. Nope. No Fenrir skins. And just make sure, yeah, I did spell it right. All right. I wonder what other skins are available for it. If I should, you know, do something different with it. Biosecurity responders, forget that. Blue Tiger, nah. Exoplanets, nah. Fleet Ordnance. Glacial Drift, nah. Hazard, nah. Justice, that's what I got. Crucial, 10 billion. Wow. Mabu Exchange. It's a good skin. I don't want to pay that much though. Snow Rhine, 6.4 billion. Wow, not much of a not much of a choice. Barely any rust on it. Right. Yeah. So, all right. So, oh my. All right, for the subs. Well, actually, here, if you're watching on video, we'll see you in the next episode.